I'm up here. Thank you, Reverend Sheila. And she said, well, you can talk on the 11th. And I says, okay, I agreed to it. But she asked me twice. And then I went home and I go, oh my God. You know, today is the hardest day that a daughter could have with her mother. Today is her 4th year anniversary that my mom passed away. And being the only one in my family that was not in denial, I had to sit down and tell my mom, Mom, you know, it's okay to be, you know, to leave with the big guy. Don't be in fear. I says, and then after you go with God, then you can come back and pick me up when it's my time to go. Well, of course it couldn't stay there, you know. So that night I went home, I was working actually, and about 4 o'clock in the morning I was sitting down, and I go, you know what, God? And when I say God, he knows it's formal. If I call him the big guy or my man or something like that, then he knows that, oh, I'm just having a normal conversation. That's why I love that book, Conversations with God, because that's how I talk to God. I talk to God like I'm talking to one of you guys. I'm not a very formal person at all. So I said, God, if you can't make my mom better, please take her, because my mom is in too much pain. So then after I said that, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and a little bit after 7:30, I had taken my little old lady to the bathroom, and I was back sitting in the chair. And my mom was always scared to be by herself, you know, and she was in intensive care now, so I couldn't be in there with her, or I would have, trust me. So I look on the other side of the room, and there's my mom, you know, in her hospital bed, and she comes, lashes at me, and I go, oh my God, she's so mad because of what I said. But it wasn't that at all, because in the next few seconds, I can't breathe, and I'm flatlining. And all of a sudden, they're using these paddles on me. And it just went on and on and on and on. And then at 8:05, I look at the clock, and that's the time my mom passed away. And I'm telling you, it was not pretty. But I hope that I got her pain for her. Because at that point, of course, my dad's going to call me and says, well, you got to go to the hospital. So I did, you know, I went, and, you know, I knew she was gone already. But, and, you know, this is not the first time that I experienced one of my parents crossing over. But see, my father died, because I'm sorry, if you get murdered, you're dying. You're not crossing over. So with my father, I was pregnant. I was 3 months pregnant, and all of a sudden, I started having these dreams at 2 o'clock in the morning every night. And they would beat me, they would stab me, and I was like, I was over this. So I go to the doctor, he says, oh, that's anxiety because you're pregnant. I said, I don't think so, I don't suffer from anxiety, first of all. So every night it happens. So I'm in the car, and I open the door, and my poor daughter, she's just getting back from Afghanistan, and she has to go through this with my mother, you know. And so I go to God, I says, okay, God, I'm telling you one thing. I says, I'm going to do my DNR. I says, you know what, I don't care where I go, nobody dare resuscitate me, because I will hunt you for the rest of your life, okay? I want to be gone, it's time to be gone, good. He says, well, Lil, he says, oh, don't worry. You're going to die when you're, well, cross over, because I won't die. You're going to cross over when you're 85. You're going to be in a car. And I says, well, I hope my daughter's not driving. He says, hey, you don't put conditions here. This is how it is, okay? And last of all, by the time they get to you, baby, you're going to be already gone. I says, man, that is cool. Well, the point is, you know, if you have your mother on this earth plane, let me tell you, love her, honor her, spoil her, and by all means spend a lot of time with her. Because by all means, and pray to God that she goes before you do, because no mother on this earth plane should have to lose a child before she's gone. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't see it any other way, okay? Well, now, here, on my right side, I have Reverend DJ, and she's telling me, well, Lil, it's time to get your feet wet. I said, okay, whatever the lady wants, she gets. She's asked many things of me. I've only not accomplished one, but I've given it my best shot, okay? Then over here on this side, I have this little lady. Gosh, she's beautiful, and she's somebody's spirit guide. and she's going, she likes to gossip. Yeah, you do. You know, and she's blah, 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 blah. I says, look, I'll tell the person one thing. Everything else, man, is going to have to wait, you know. So the person next to me is Reverend Mario's spirit guide. And she wants him to know not to get too comfortable back there, because you're going to be over here with the rest of us. Sooner than what you think, buddy, you're going to be speaking your truth. Yay! Okay. Now, going back to harmony, right? That's his message. Hello? Hey, don't kill the messenger now, you know? Okay. Well, see, he's retired now, and his idea of retirement was going to be him and Reverend DJ, we're going to be in Arapika, we're going to have a good time, blah, blah, blah. But you know, life sometimes takes you all these turns, so you go, detour, this detour over here, so hey, it is what it is. Now let's go to Reverend Sheila over there, okay? All right? Well, Reverend Sheila for me is like a master, you know? Because you ever remember Kung Fu? I love that show, you know? And so one day I'm watching it and I'm like really intense. I'm listening to every word this master, because I like master better than I liked grasshopper, you know? So master's saying, grasshopper is better to have wisdom than knowledge. I go, man, what is wisdom? Let me look this up in the Webster, you know? And then another time he said, grasshopper show no emotion. Because, you know, that's the downfall of the human race, is emotions, right? So I always remember when Reverend Sheila says, pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Man, that's wisdom. If you can't see that, I don't know what your problem is. You know, because let me tell you, it's heavy. And when Sheila tells you something, pay attention. Because, man, she's telling you the truth. There's no doubt about it. And she doesn't know this yet, and don't tell her, but she just inherited a new grasshopper. Don't tell her. Hi, Reverend Sheila. Okay. All right. And then is also Reverend Pam, you know. These three people truly love us. But you know what we got to do? We got to keep those doors open. And the only way we can keep those doors open is by supporting our Harmony Church. Because I tell you what, if those doors close, I would be the first one devastated. And you don't want to see me devastated. Because I do like a Linda Blair Cujo foaming at the mouth. And I kid you not, that is who I am. It's not pretty. And I'm going to do my best to support my reverends to keep this church open. And that's it, guys. Thank you. And I love the Thank you.
Sister has something to share. We thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
Again, when she listens and Spirit has said to her, she keeps telling me, she's been telling me before, Reverend DJ keeps telling me to get up and speak. And I'm nervous. I don't want to do that. And finally it got to where DJ's yelling in her ear every night. She's like, okay, I need to get up and speak. So thank you, Ms. Lillian, for sharing. Grasshopper. Don't get it twisted. Now's the time of our meditation and healing ceremony.